One of the first tasks to complete when getting started with Axonius is to integrate Axonius with your technology solutions. The adapter page displays a list of solutions that Axonius integrates with. Each integration is called an adapter. From the adapters page, you have hundreds of adapters to choose from and configure. Axonius also lists the total number of configured adapters within your environment. By toggling the configured adapter switch, you'll be able to view all of the configured adapters within your Axonius environment. Connecting adapters enables Axonius to pull asset information from many sources across your organization. The more adapters you connect, the more comprehensive your asset inventory will be. With that being said, we recommend that you connect Axonius to any solution that has asset information and context. To add a new adapter connection, search for the adapter by name or category and click on the desired adapter. Now click on Add Connection. Each adapter may have unique fields required to establish an API connection between Axonius and the solution. Most adapter connections require an API key and secret or username and password. If needed, consult with your team or vendor to gather the required information. And don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@Axonius if additional help is needed for configuring adapters. In this example, we'll be configuring Tenable Security Center. For this adapter, we'll fill in the details for our URL, username, and password. Axonius enables users to configure multiple adapter connections per adapter. This is great if your organization has multiple instances of a single solution. If that's the case, then we'd also recommend using a connection label. This will help you distinguish between multiple connections for the same adapter. With the connection label, you'll be able to filter devices and users based on a specific adapter connection. If the adapter is configured, but you're not ready for Axonius to collect asset information, you can toggle the switch Active Connection. By toggling the switch to the left, the adapter connection will remain configured but inactive and not fetch asset information. If you'd like to pull in asset information immediately after configuration, you can hit Save and Fetch. Otherwise, hit Save and the adapter will collect asset information on the next discovery cycle. Once the adapter connection is saved, you'll see one of three icons next to the adapter connection. A green check indicates a successful and active connection, a red X indicates an unsuccessful connection, and a gray pause symbol indicates an inactive connection. Later in this video, we'll review how to retrieve more details from each adapter connection. With adapters, users have the ability to configure advanced settings. By clicking on Advanced Settings, users will first be presented the Adapter Configuration tab. From this tab, you can configure a wide range of settings. Two common advanced settings to configure are ignore devices that have not been seen by the source in a time threshold and delete devices that have not been returned from the source within a specific time threshold. Some adapters have even more configuration settings. For example, in the Tenable Security Center's advanced settings, we can instruct Axonius to not fetch devices without a MAC address and hostname. The last tab under Advanced Settings is Discovery Configuration. Within this tab, we can specify custom scheduling of discovery for the adapter. The discovery can be configured based on the number of hours, number of days, or specific days of the week. In this tab, you can also specify a single time or multiple times of the day at which the adapter should discover new assets. If needed, you can also specify the discovery schedule per adapter connection by toggling the Connection Custom Scheduling switch. By default, Axonius adapters will retrieve asset information every 12 hours unless specifically configured in the advanced settings for the adapter or in the global settings within Axonius. When viewing the adapters page or by selecting a single adapter, you can also pivot into the adapters connections page and adapter's fetch history page. Let's begin with adapter connections. When browsing to this page from our selected adapter, we can see that Tenable Security Center is added as a search filter. From here, we can see that all of the adapter connections for Tenable Security Center are displayed along with connection status, discovery schedule, and other configurations. If we'd like, we can add additional filters like connection status, connection name, or discovery schedule to filter on results further. We can also display all connections by clicking reset next to the filters. From the adapter's connections page, we can add a new adapter connection by clicking on add connection and selecting the adapter we'd like to configure. Within this page, you can also select a single or multiple adapter connections and select actions to fetch asset information outside of the discovery schedule. Within the actions option, you also have the ability to delete a single or multiple adapter connections. By browsing back to the adapters page, we can also choose to observe details on each fetch performed by our adapters by browsing to the adapter's fetch history page. This page also allows users to filter based on adapter name, status, connection name, and date of the fetch start and end time. This page is helpful for diagnosing issues that may have occurred when fetching from a solution. If needed, you can also select a single or multiple fetches and terminate them if they are still running. Lastly, if you're logged into Axonius as an administrator, you'll see a cog at the top right corner of the UI. By clicking on the cog, you'll be redirected to this settings page in the Axonius platform. From the Lifecycle Settings tab, you can change the global setting for asset discovery if needed.